I graduated college, I became a therapist. And I worked with the medically needy for many, many years. I worked in pediatrics, neonatology, and adults and gerontology, which are very elderly, because I had multiple degrees that got me there. And when I started out as a young graduate, I was very, very idealistic. I believed that I could and would make a difference in the lives of the individuals whom I touched. And when I held my first job, which was in a corporate environment, I would start to receive from the higher-ups, you can't do this, you can only work here, don't talk like this to your families. The one time I got criticized really, really bad was because I said to a family, your child needs services that we can't give you if you want your child to be healthy. I'll be here as support, but you need to also go elsewhere. I almost lost my job, and so I decided that this was not the place for me to be. I started my own business. When I started my own business, everybody said to me, you're crazy. You're never going to be able to make it. Well, 7 to 8 figures later, 7 offices later, and hundreds of thousands of lives that I helped, I will tell you, I achieved my goals. And I did it always with a triple P as my bottom line. I never, ever believed that you could have profit while diminishing others. I never felt that that was anything that could lead to anything other than constriction, reduction, and further marginalization. And to me, profit cannot be derived from those kinds of environments. I was a therapist. Earlier in the day, somebody was talking about how creatives were meant to be poor, starving. Well, therapists were right behind them. You were supposed to do this and do it while you're slitting your wrists. Well, the last time I checked, martyrdom is not a way of achieving prosperity. For me, in my life, prosperity has always been a prosperity that comes first and foremost from helping people. I am a human being, and I live in a world that is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. I live in the United States, and here I am meeting wonderful people on the other side of the planet. And what I will tell you is we may dress a little bit differently, we may eat a little bit differently, we may talk a little bit differently, but the truth is we are one humanity. We are more alike than we are different. I won as a therapist award after award after award for giving voice to the voiceless, for giving courage and hope to the needy. And I made a lot of money doing it. And always in making money, I always gave back. Long before there was something called a triple bottom line, long before there was CSR, long before there were any of those concepts, this was something that I believed in my soul was necessary for each and every one of us to be successful. And profits are about success. I grew up with a mother and a father who devoted their lives not only to their professions, but to their communities. So for me, it was as natural as walking and talking. I never saw that there was any difference. matured, I began to realize not only is it important for people, but we're living in a world where people are in jeopardy, not only because of their personal circumstance, but because our world is becoming a place where our resources are being diminished and constricted and drying up. That is not prosperity. That is not profit. So always in my life, my very first, one of my earliest questions was, Mom, Dad, what can I do? What can I do to make a difference? And I was fortunate enough to have a mother and a father who used to say to me, dream, be, do, grow. And they never talked with me about only graduating high school. They talked to me about being a doctor. So I set out and I went to school and I went to medical school, and I realized in medical school that there was a separation between the patient and the doctor. And to me, that's not profitable. To me, that is not purposeful. And to me, that is not good business. So I decided to reroute myself, and I became a therapist. And my husband was a doctor for many years. He's passed since, unfortunately. But when we met each other, I, as a therapist, made more money than he did as a neurologist. I, as a therapist, gave far more back to my community than he did as a neurologist. And do you want me to tell you why? I believe something really important here. I believe I grew up in a female form. And as a woman, I knew intrinsically that profit is not an up-down situation. Profit is about inclusion. We cannot have a profitable world, a prosperous world, a world where people are living in freedom and possibility unless we are able to live in a world where people and planet equal profit. Okay? I lived my dreams, and when my husband passed, I decided that the system I was working in was too broken. So I said, what am I going to do next? And I met my partner, Sprite, and together we decided that media was something that was really a means of bringing forward to all people the possibilities that we knew could be realities if each of us as human beings were willing to work together, determine that our differences didn't really matter. They're kind of like fun, right? You might not like everything about me. You might even say, you know, somebody with blonde hair, don't like it. Prefer somebody with dark hair. You might say, I don't like Americans. You might even say, I don't like women. But we're still human. Do we have things that we want together? Yes, we do. Almost all of us want for our children and for our planet to be a place that is sustainable and growing in abundance, not diminishing and constricting. I'm a mom of 3 kids, now adults. I want them to have a better future than I had, just as my mom and dad want that for me and their grandchildren. I want that for your children and your children's children. I want it for the animals on this earth. I want it for the trees, because all of us, we go with this notion of separation. We go with this notion of up-down. We give away our power to an up that truly doesn't see us, doesn't care about us. In my life, I believe in each of us, in all of us, and that together, we as people will find a bottom line that is profitable, will help people, will help the planet, and I truly believe that the way to create legacy in business is to create an environment that has those three ingredients together in a beautiful symphony of possibility, so that together we can use our ingenuity, our intellect, our heart, and all of our internal and external resources, not to consume and diminish, but to help each of us and all of us and our planet to become more. So I ask you, if you're interested, to look us up, www.awakeninggiants.tv. We are creating a movement through media where each of us and all of us can become giants, able to help ourselves by finding our giant within, help each other by rising above our differences and finding our commonalities, help our planet by returning to the planet what we have so generously been given in this beautiful, beautiful symphony and co-creation. And I believe those things will create legacy profits, legacy returns on investment. And I've lived my life this way, and I will tell you, it has worked for me. And I invite you each to kind of maybe explore the possibility. What if I had within me all that was necessary to be a giant on this planet, a leader on this planet, in this world becoming more, in this world where each of us are brothers and sisters together. Thank you. Leaders who are going around the world, engaging in transformation, looking within to find the giant within themselves, tackling those constrictions that keep them in fear, keep them from finding, as your mother said, pursuing the passion, engaging in adventure in environments that are outside of their norm, so that they do not have, easy reference points, and engaging in hands-on humanitarian service. And in our company, I am proud to tell you that we are not a B Corp, which in the United States would be a benefits corporation where you're mandated to give 10% back, but in our mission and vision, we give at least 10% back. That is something very important to me, to my partner, to all of our giants, and I believe to the world. So we are creating positive media in unscripted reality TV. We're coming back to India, and as well as other places around the globe, in August, September, and October. And in India, we will be highlighting some of your organizations here that work with young girls who have been trafficked, sexually trafficked. We bring clean water around the planet. And what we want to show is that if each of us say yes, to, I am a part of this world, and it is my honor, not only my responsibility, but my honor to give back, then I promise you, you will find the tools to create profit that is beyond anything that you could have imagined. Because when you give in those kinds of ways, the universe, the world, it receives it and it comes back to you in ways that you can't even yet imagine. Our world needs each of us now to step up, and reality TV is a tool. We're doing, in season 2, engagement that is real-time engagement, because not everybody can be a globetrotter, right? They can't travel around the world. But we want to showcase that everybody has within them the giant. And we are going to have real-time TV where an individual, just by having a cell phone, can contribute. And I don't mean necessarily in dollars. I mean that they can see that they are able to have real, powerful, meaningful contribution to this planet by just engaging with us on our Awakening Giants show. Welcome.
Thank you.